Welcome to MFAA On Air.
Seeling Smith has conducted more than 5,000 interviews during her time in recruiting. The recruitment expert knows what people want in a job and in a company. MFAA On Air spoke to Kim about the importance of cultural fit over skills and how best to find the right person for the right role.
By far, the most important thing that you need to look for is culture fit, organizational fit, and then not the skills and experience, but the competencies that underlie those skills and experience. I know that the industry, like all industries, are really struggling to find younger people to come into the industry. You've actually really got a good formula going for you, because you can teach many of the skills that are required for the positions that are available. So you really want to define those competencies and those values and that work style for the organizational fit, and really hone in on those and then teach the skills. There's been a lot of research in the last 12 years about the Gen Ys and now the millennials coming on board, and soon to be the digital natives, and we've got different words for different generations. And there's a real misconception, in fact there are a number of misconceptions, but now that they've been in the workforce for about 12 years, we're starting to get some very hard data on what they want, what they need, and how long they'll stay. So if you hire the right people and you provide them with the opportunity to learn, grow, and develop, they don't necessarily want a vertical career trajectory, but they want to collect experiences. And if you do that, if you give them the proper feedback that they crave and the proper training that they crave, research shows you can actually hang on to them for quite a period of time. But if you don't do that, they'll be gone in a heartbeat.
Kim will be presenting at the 2015 MFAA National Convention, discussing the 5 C's model and sharing practical lessons about recruitment.
So I have what I call the 5 C's model, and I will be talking about the 5 C's. And the 5 C's cover the entire employee life cycle. So the first C, correct hiring, how to identify the right person for the right role. But even taking a step back, how to source, turning your reactive sourcing to proactive sourcing strategies. The second is to classify and manage appropriately. How to figure out who to spend your time with, who is going to return on that investment of your time. The third C is to compensate fairly, and the fourth C is to use those currencies of choice, those intrinsic motivators that research shows do much more to drive engagement and productivity than pay and benefits. The rest of the 4 C's are really tied together through a very unique communications framework that I teach. So that's the 5th C, is to communicate. When delegates come out of my presentations, I actually have 2 rules. Number 1, what I teach has to be practical. So they'll come out with some eminently practical things that they can apply, not only in how to hire, but then once they get the right people on board, how to engage, how to lift that productivity, and how to retain them. And the second rule that I have is that it needs to be a little bit leading edge. I want to be a little bit on the forefront of what's coming down the track, so that people can be proactive about what they need to do to attract, engage, and retain their staff. So I promise that what they will walk away with are some unique ideas and some very practical frameworks and tools, and we have a lot of fun as well.
The MFAA National Convention will take place in Melbourne from the 5th to the 7th of May. For more information, head to www.mfaaconvention.com.au.
You've been watching MFAA On Air.